All right, good evening, everybody. All right, Merry Christmas. All right, welcome to Village View Church and our play this year called I'll Be Home for Christmas. I know it's going to be a great, enjoyable evening for us all. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you that you decided to be with us this evening. And just one little issue of housekeeping is just to please make sure that your cell phones are off. If you have to dig into your purse and check that, make sure that that's done, and we'll get ready to enjoy the show. Have a great night.
The German invading force is speeding to capture Oslo. The blow against Norway is launched. Warships loaded with troops, which they are to land. Soldiers wearing life belts, should the vessel be sunk in battle. The naval squadron drives through the waters of the Skagerrak for the surprise attack that transformed the war in Europe. These newsreel pictures are as permitted by the German censorship and were flown across the Atlantic by clipper ship. They show history moving to a fitful climax. They know they're in danger of attack. There is an attack by a British warplane and aircraft fire. They shoot a stream of tracer shells. The squadron steams on and into the fjord of Oslo. Mere hours before, Berlin demanded of Denmark and Norway that they yield to German control. Denmark did yield, but Norway refused. Norway would resist. Oslo, on a steep and rocky fjord, was strongly situated for defense. But defense was demoralized. There are reports of treachery, secret agent plotting, fifth column, and Trojan horse tactics.
Welcome back to WVVC Radio. Bob Wilson here. Well, folks, it's finally here. Christmas Eve, 1944. It won't be long before jolly old St. Nick will be coming down the chimney to brighten all the kiddies' faces. We're broadcasting live from Radio City Music Hall this evening, and what a show we have for you, with the Radio City Music Hall singers and our special guest, the Village View Players, will present I'll Be Home for Christmas. So gather the whole family around the radio, sit back and relax as we spend Christmas Eve with you. But first, this word from one of our sponsors, Brylcreem.
Men, beware. Use one dab of Brylcreem, just one little dab, and makes your hair look excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy. This man dared to use 2 dabs. He's in trouble. We refuse to be responsible. Piano. Brylcreem, Brylcreem, Brylcreem. Brylcreem, a little dab will do ya. Brylcreem, you look so debonair. Brylcream, the gals who won't pursue you. They love to rub your fingers in your hair.
Who are you talking to, Grandma?
Oh, my. No concern of yours, my dear. Take that into the kitchen. You know, your mommy worked so hard to put the house just ready for when Daddy comes home.
I'll miss the show if I go in there, Grandma. Please let me in here. I promise I won't make a mess.
Well, now let me see. You think you can give me those puppy dog eyes and I will do exactly what you want? Is that it? Okay. You can eat in here. Okay, but if I see one crumb...
Grandma, guess what I am?
What are you?
I'm a princess. Mommy helped me make this up for Daddy. Daddy always says I'm his little princess, so I wanted to look just right when he comes home. Do you like my dress?
Oh, do a little dance for me. Let me see. Oh, I think you are the most beautiful princess in the whole world. Your daddy is going to be so happy to see you.
What about me, Grandma? Is Daddy going to be happy to see me too?
Daniel, look at you. Oh, my. Well, first, your daddy must recognize you. Ooh. Let's get you in the bathroom and get you cleaned up. I don't know where to touch you.
I'm getting... Wait, what? See, I didn't drop any crumbs on the floor.
I know, you just managed to get them all stuck neatly on this little face of yours. Oh. Okay, let's go and get cleaned up.
I'm getting better, huh?
Well, Daniel, words can't describe. Words just can't describe. Come, let's go.
Hi, Mr. Wise Man. Let's go find a new home. You're probably getting tired of going in that stable year in and year out, huh? I know. You can live in the jungle.
Sarah! Sarah, sweetheart, come here. I need you. Sarah! Oh, there you are. Listen, honey, I want you to go on upstairs and clean your room. I want Daddy to see what a pretty bedroom you have.
Princesses don't do rooms.
This princess does. Now go on.
Yes, Mama.
Okay, yeah, Daniel, where did you go? He's hiding from me. Where is he? I'll find him. Daniel, he's hiding. Oh, there you are. Come here. We have to go get cleaned up.
Look at your face. Oh, my goodness. Listen, I need you to go upstairs and get cleaned up. Your sister will help you. Sarah, help your brother.
Princesses don't help brothers.
My princess does.
Yes, Mama.
Grandma, and thank you so much for watching the kids this morning.
Oh, not a problem, dear. I live for it. Lenny, if you see Henry, tell him I'm in need of a sheep and a cow.
A sheep and a cow.
Yes, he'll know what I mean.
Okay.
Oh, my. Do you know what? What? I've been so terribly busy lately. I almost completely forgot about you. How are you feeling about Danny coming home?
Oh, I'm excited, but I'm nervous too, you know? I can't quite seem to remember what his voice sounded like when he was about to tease me, or how his eyes would smile when he would take my face in his hands just before he was about to kiss me. There's just so many familiar things I can't quite seem to remember. Our relationship has just been pen on paper for the last few years, and I'm just so afraid I'm not going to know what to do or say when he walks through the door.
You know what? The right things to say and the right things to do will just happen the minute he walks through that door. I promise you, it always happened like that.
Is that how it was when Henry came home?
Well, sort of. I was just glad that he finally got home safe and sound.
I'm just gonna go check on the kids.
No, I tell you what, I'll look in on him.
Oh.
You stay over here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, darling.
Eileen! Eileen! Found your wise man. It was in the ice box next to the lettuce. Why would anybody do that? You think the colder air will make the statue wiser? You've done some pretty strange things. This one takes the cake. Oh, speaking of cake, don't mind if I do.
Grandpa Wynn, you know there is more cupcakes in the kitchen, so.
Didn't know I had an audience.
You know, I haven't seen you all day.
Well, I've been chasing down a wise man for your mother-in-law.
I see. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think everything is just about ready for Danny's homecoming. I want everything to look just right when he walks through the door.
I wouldn't bother. He's probably going to be too tired to notice anything.
Probably. Oh, Eileen asked me to mention that she's in need of a sheep and a cow.
Oh, I don't believe this. She's doing this on purpose. She doesn't think I get enough exercise. So she conveniently forgets where she puts things. Oh, if I was a cow, where would I be? Here, cow. Moo. Dumb cow.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Wynn. How you doing? It's me, Sean. I'm going to pick up Danny, your son. Fine. Don't say hello. What's the matter with him?
Oh, nothing, actually. It's one of his better days.
Oh, really? How you doing?
All right.
I got to tell you, I don't know how you do it, living in the same roof with this family. I got to tell you, he gives me the creeps. Oh, he's always so mean and critical. He isn't ever nice to anybody.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there he goes with that cane of his. Mean old Mr. Wynn. Don't ask me to be nice to anybody, because I can't do it. What? Is that a smile I see on your face? Well, wipe that smile off your face, Missy, because I'm mean old Mr. Wynn, and I never smile. Why? If I smiled, my face would crack. So just leave me alone, because I'm...
Mean old Mr. Wynn.
Oh, Mr. Wynn, you see, I was just,
I saw and I heard, Sean. Isn't there some place you need to be?
Yes, sir. I'm leaving right now. Don't worry, Lynn. I'll bring your husband home. Tip of the day, get out while you still can.
I'm sorry, Grandpa Wynn. Sean doesn't mean any harm.
Well, he can't help it if he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'll be out back. Danny, he's coming home. My boy's coming home.
Wow, Grandpa Wynn, your face didn't crack after all.
What?
You smiled. When you talked about Danny, you smiled.
Oh, don't tell Mother. I'll never hear the end of it. She'll want me to smile and smile and smile, and take me some convention to change the smile I have. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good.
Hurry home to me, Danny. Hurry home.
I so wanted to go with him. Oh, he's really gone? I'll check in on the kids.
March 16th, 1944. Precious Lynn, I cannot tell you how much I miss you. What I wouldn't give to have you in my arms right now. The weather has been
somewhat pleasant. Sometimes the sun is out and you can see God's beauty, but most often, all you see is this awful war with nothing but death and destruction. Darling, I really am trying to stay strong, but I have to admit, I can't believe some of the things I've seen here. But when I find myself in a tough spot, I just take a peek at your beautiful smile and the picture you sent me. I carry it in my little Bible everywhere I go. Lynn, I long for the day to hold you in my arms and lose myself in those dreamy eyes of yours. I tell you, nothing is going to stop me from coming home to you this Christmas Eve, my love. I think of the kids quite often. Daniel was only 3 when I left, and my little princess Sarah, she was 5. I miss them so much. I just feel like I'm missing out on so much of their lives. I hope they can forgive me for being away for so long. Tell them I'll be there to tuck them in at night, to hug them and kiss them. Tell them I love them with all my heart. And please give my mother a big hug for me. And sweetheart, I know it's hard sometimes with my dad, but please be patient with him like I know you can. He means well. And Lynn, I want you to know, God forbid, but if something were to happen to me, and if it's God's will to take me home, I'll be whispering your name with my very last breath. Oh, my love, Danny.
Remember Christ our Savior.
softer, lively curves, and brighter, shining lips. So hello, everybody, hello, hello, shampoo, hello.
Lynn,
Yes, Grandpa?
Lynn, are you downstairs?
Yes, I'm here.
Sarah wants you.
Okay.
What are you doing here all by yourself?
Oh, just rereading Danny's letters.
You need to stop that nonsense.
Makes me feel so close to him, you know? In his last letter, Danny talks about being moved to an airstrip near Archbury. Were you ever in that area?
No. Closest we ever got was all around Southampton. Anyways, during the war, I didn't write Eileen any letters. It just seemed to get her upset.
Did you ask her if it upset her?
What is this? A cow? How did a cow get under the cushion? Eileen, honey, I found your cow. Look, Lynn, you need to focus on your kids and keeping a good home. Don't think about the war and all the stuff he has to go through. It just makes it more unbearable.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Worrying about my boy doesn't do anybody any good.
I'm not talking about Danny. I mean you. Do you just focus on something else and forget about the past? Because, Henry, sometimes it seems like you're so lost in the past.
Lynn, this is none of your concern. Seems like you're meddling. I don't take too kindly to people who meddle in my business. You believe in God and all that stuff. So why don't you pray or do whatever it is you do to solve your problems?
Weren't you the one that taught Danny about God and the Bible when he was little?
Where are you going with this?
I'm just trying to figure out where it all went.
Wrong. Downhill. Where life doesn't make any sense anymore. Where I changed and became hard, mean old Mr. Wynn.
Henry, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just trying to understand.
Understand what?
Nothing, dear. Just some small chit-chat. Hey, I found your cow. It was right under that cushion.
Ah, yes, the cow. There he is. Where's the other wise man?
It's right where he's supposed to be. Right there right there.
No, not that one. There's another one missing.
Oh, you're just saying that to drive me crazy.
Oh, my dear Henry, come and sit down before you hurt yourself. Sit down. There you go. There you go. I promise you, it is not me. But you know what? I have bigger fish to fry than looking for a wise man.
What do you mean, Grandma Wynn?
Oh, well, you see, every year I try to buy some Christmas gifts and I hide them in little safe places all over the house. But for the life of me, I cannot find any of those safe places. Oh, so I guess I have to start somewhere. I will start with the closets in the hallway. That's what I'll do.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you. Every Tuesday, she meets with her lady friends for bridge. But they sit around and concoct the most unimaginable things to drive their husbands crazy. I'm off to the store.
Oh, we don't need anything, Grandpa Went. I've already started Christmas dinner.
This is for me. Oh, I'm going down to the Rexall drugstore and stock up on nativity statues. I'll outwit her at her own game.
I found one of the gifts. You'll never guess where I put it.
Oh, hurry home to me, Danny. Your parents are driving me crazy.
November 30th, 1944. Dear Lynn, I'm sitting here thinking about you, and I had some time to write before supper. It's kind of quiet here right now, which is rare, so it seemed like the perfect time to write to you. Christmas isn't far off, my love, and we need not wait much longer. I must admit, I've been counting the days. Anyway, I was just reminiscing a little of our wedding day, remember? Remember how you started getting upset when it finally hit you and you realized what your last name would be for the rest of your life and how it would sound? Wynn. Lynn Wynn. I laughed so hard. I remember you were going all over the place, from mirror to mirror, trying to say your new name over and over so it wouldn't rhyme. Lynn Wynn. You even considered saying your own name differently. Lenny Wynn. Then you tried to say my name differently. Lynn Wine. I laughed so hard my stomach hurt for 2 whole days. But make no doubt about it, Miss Lynn Wynn, I am completely happy and content with who you are. And
hey, Danny, you ready to go get some chow?
Hold on 1 minute, Nathan. I'm almost done.
Hey, you writing one of those lovey-dovey, mushy letters again?
You know I am. Might be the last letter she gets to me before I see her at Christmas.
Well, I gotta admit it, Danny. You got it all together. Amongst this war and everything, you still live that charmed life.
I don't know about a charmed life, but it's definitely a blessed life. I just try to live godly life after the greatest command that was ever given to us in Scripture.
Oh, the one that says, thou shalt never dress up like little Bo Peep.
No, Nathan. The one that says, love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself.
Wait a minute, Danny. I'm going to stop you right there. I listen to you quote the scriptures and everything, and there's no doubt you believe what you're saying. But you read the same report that I did. And these factories that we're bombing are filled with innocent people in labor camps. Aren't they innocent? Aren't they our neighbors?
Yeah, but Nathan, wait a minute.
Don't give me that stuff, Danny. That's all I'm saying. The scripture sounds good and everything, but the truth is that it's every man for himself over here.
But hold on, let me tell you something.
I'm just telling you to think about what you're quoting, Danny. These people that we're bombing, do you love them? You've seen the men that they have injured and killed. Our buddy Smitty, our buddy Reed, did they deserve what they got? Did they love them? And do they love us? And if the Bible says that I have to love them, I don't think it's possible.
Listen, Nate, man, I don't have all the answers. I can't help with what's going on around here. I just know in the midst of all this chaos that God has given me an inner peace. I can't help it, Nathan. It's just how I feel. Listen, come over here for a second. Let me show you something. Look what it says here in the Word of God. This is Jesus talking here. The book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love has no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. And you, Nathan, you're my friend, man. I'm here for you. You know I would love nothing better than go home for Christmas and be with my family. I just don't feel that God is through with me here yet. One thing I do know, that deep down in that inner peace, God's in control of all of this.
That was the Radio City Music Hall Choir with I'll Be Home for Christmas. Speaking of coming home, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that we're going to have a special treat. This is compliments of Bob Hope and the USO. We're very pleased to have with us an American flyer who made it home for Christmas.
Mommy, maybe it's Daddy.
Maybe. Hey, go turn up the radio. Wouldn't it be great if the kids could hear their dad's voice?
Oh, it will be so wonderful, but it will be so wonderful for you too, Lynn.
We have with us Colonel Mike Taggart, a B-17 bomber pilot and squadron commander for the U.S. 8th Army Air Force, just back from flying missions out of Archbury, England. Welcome home, Colonel. As you know, our broadcast goes out to millions across America, many of whom have loved ones overseas this Christmas. Can you share with us what it's like to be home?
Well, it's wonderful. It's just so great to be back here in the States. But I've been reading the reports in the newspaper. I gotta tell you, I'm here to set the record straight. Let's give you the real story. But first of all, I've got to congratulate and I got to tell you just how proud I am of our soldiers. They were thrown into this war before they knew what was going on. Minimum training. Some of our pilots had less than 1 hour training before they got into their assigned aircrafts. It was hard to believe. The command generals have given a goal of 25 missions to those flight crews. After 25 missions, as an incentive, they get to come home. Well, very few have made it. Very few. As a matter of fact, it's so hard to believe that 80% of those aircraft were shot down after just 3 months in the air over Europe. But you know, one of the first groups to accomplish the 25, they actually flew 5 of those missions in 10 days. Each mission is 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles. Now let me give the radio audience a little perception of what that is all about. 3,000 miles. Each mission. 25 missions. That's 3 times around the earth. 3 times around the earth very slowly. being shot at constantly in rickety, old, worn-torn aircraft. We could call that mission impossible. It's hard to really comprehend. My crew and I, we're trying to take our experiences and use that in the training for the next crews to go out. Yes, it's great being back here in the States, but we really wish we could be there to help relieve Bastogne.
For those of you who haven't heard the war news the last 3 or 4 days, you may not know that the American 101st Airborne Division, known as the Screaming Eagles, are completely surrounded by German troops in Bastogne, a small town in Belgium where 7 roads converge. Orders are to hold that town at all costs. Many of the U.S. troops have been killed or wounded. They're running dangerously low on cold weather gear, ammunition, food, and medical supplies. And with the temperature dipping to 50 below zero at times, we need to pray that the weather will lift and then we can relieve those troops. I understand the German commander has called for surrender.
The German commander. What a joke. The German commander is trying to intimidate our boys, trying to put the fear in them. Well, I gotta tell you, I listen to those boys before they take off. And they say and they repeat and they believe, if God is for us, who can be against us? And oh yes, they are out there and they're fighting. And they're driving those German troops back. They're driving them back with their tails between their legs, headed for Berlin, looking for a hiding place, looking for sanctuary.
Colonel, we all know loose lips sink ships. But tell us what you can about what the missions were like for the troops at Archbury.
Archbury? That's where Danny is.
Well, initially we had a shortage of supplies and equipment. But you know, we made it work. We worked with what we had, and we worked with grit, and we worked with tough boys and tough men, and we drove them back. Yes, all through the summer and through the fall, through Normandy and through the beaches, we fought and we pushed. But you know, we started losing men. We lost good men, experienced men. And then we started losing boys. They were just young boys. God forgive me. Father, forgive me. I put them there.
But you're home for Christmas, and that's what counts. It's not easy for any of these troops, and we need to remember that as our loved ones come home. Let's give the Colonel a hand.
Henry? Is there a chance Danny won't be making it home?
We don't need to be talking about this in front of the kids.
We're a family here, Henry. They can hear this too. Is there a chance he won't make it home?
He'll be here. Just now's the time to start holding on to some of that faith you hold so dear.
Well, if that is not the pot calling the kettle black.
Eileen, I don't need this from you. Not right now.
Mommy, don't worry. Daddy will be here. He put in his letter to me that he promised he'd be home Christmas Eve. He always keeps his promises.
I know, honey. You know, sometimes things happen and we can't keep our promises, no matter how hard we try. You understand, don't you?
Kids, I tell you what. Let's go and find the perfect hiding spot where you guys can jump out of when your Uncle Sean and Daddy comes driving up.
Yeah, I want to hide behind Grandpa's car.
I want to hide in the jungle plants like the wise man does.
What? Huh. Looky here.
It's a sad state of affairs, Eileen, when you're blaming our grandkids on this one.
Henry, if I was trying to drive you crazy, I will not do that by hiding nativity figurines and wise men.
You're just saying that to throw me off track.
Well, dear, you believe whatever you want to believe. I have kids to hide.
Well, you better take notes where you hide them, just in case you forget. And we want to find our grandkids later. Hey.
Have you held on, Henry? What gets you through?
Lynn, don't start on me. I deal with things my own way.
No, I'm curious. How do you do it? What got you through the First World War?
Lynn, I'm warning you, stop this nonsense.
You know, you have not said one nice and encouraging thing the whole time Danny's been gone. And now you tell me to have faith and hold on. What gets you through, Henry?
I just don't know. I don't know. Guess Eileen hit it on the head when she said, I haven't believed in anything in a long time. You see, you don't understand. The war. The war. It was terrible. It was horrible. My buddies. Oh, my buddies being shot and wounded and killed. The artillery shells coming in and dead people. It was horrible. It was terrible that would make any man doubt. But you don't have to, Lynn.
Why not? You know, I thought if I prayed long and hard enough that Danny would survive his missions, that God would have to bring him home to me, but what makes me different than anybody else? I mean, does all my faith depend on the fact that Danny is going to walk through that door and everything will be fine? We'll go on with our lives and we'll raise our kids and have a wonderful future? Well, God didn't promise me any of those things, so what do I have, Henry?
You have so much more than I have.
Do I? Because I don't know anymore. I never thought there could be a problem if he got through all his missions, but God, I'm so stupid.
Oh, Lynn, stop it. The reason I told you to hold on to your faith is because I don't want you to end up like me. I've seen what you and Danny have. Don't let it slip away. Because once it slips, you may never believe again.
Well, what if I told you I need you to believe? To help me keep going, to not give up? Danny told me stories about how you brought him up in his faith. Can't we hope and pray as a family? For your son, for my husband. Henry, what's it gonna be? Okay, Sarah, let's fix your hair. Oh, Daniel, straighten your shirt. Can we just pretend I didn't break down like that?
Already forgotten. The important thing is he's home.
Welcome home!
Sean, where is he? Where's Danny? What's going on?
Lynn, there's something I got to tell you.
Oh, I know. He's probably out unloading the car. I should go
Lynn,
help.
listen, Lynn. He wasn't on the train.
No, what are you talking about? Oh, I know what this is. He's out there hiding. Kids wanted to do the same thing. They're so much alike.
Eileen, take the kids upstairs.
No, I want to hear what Sean has to say.
Well, they'll give us some information as soon as they know something. They're trying to track him down. They're just not sure what happened to him yet.
You're serious here?
Eileen, take the kids upstairs.
Okay, kids. Let's go. They are going to find
I guess I'll go back to the
They
train
are going
station,
to
see if they
find-
got any more
They
information.
are going to find your daddy, okay? Come.
Oh, hey,
They are
I
going to
know.
find your daddy. Come, let's go upstairs.
I bet he's going to come in on a later train. Yeah, I bet that's it.
Yeah, sure, of course. Just a delay.
Lynn, it's going to be okay. I'll bring him home. Lynn, is there anything I can do for you?
All I want is for Danny to be home. Can you do that for me? Can you? I didn't think so. You're all I want for Christmas, all I want my whole life through. Each day is just like Christmas, any time, the time with you. You're all I want for Christmas, and if all my dreams come true, then I'll awake on Christmas morning and find my stocking filled with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Act 1 of I'll Be Home for Christmas. Please feel free to stretch your legs, use the restroom. There are refreshments in the cafe. We'll return in 15 minutes with Act 2 of I'll Be Home for Christmas.